Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Empyrean Tarot by Threads of Fate. I am so excited. So the cover has the lenticular coating on it on the top there, but look at how massive this is. So as always, down in the description box below, I will link where you can legitimately purchase this should you want to. Thank you so much to Threads of Fate for sending it my way. I am so excited to get into it because this is such a unique deck. So this is 78 cards on the lenticular printed cardstock with holographic backing and a 300-page booklet that is included. And this retails in the US for $98. This is an independent published deck, and this was a part of the Kickstarter. If you've been watching my videos on this channel for a hot minute, we did the Kickstarter for this as well. So I am so excited to get into this. So let's do so. We have the magnetic enclosure here. Oh my goodness. We got a ribbon. Oh, she's very thick. Oh, okay. And then there's the cards down here. I'm going to try to do a little bit of both the ribbon and my own hands here, trying to get it out. Oh my gosh. That is heavy. So we have this nice, is it velvet enclosure? And here are the cards. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so before we do that, let's take a look at the guidebook real fast. We have a huge index here. Fantastic. Each of the major arcanas have their own page number. And then we go into the suits. Those have their own little sections. And we do have some spreads. Things to note. Is there a difference between this tarot deck and the Weaver tarot decks that they have? The art on this deck is incredibly different. It is also a lenticular deck, so there are 2 images per card. The content in the booklet is longer and more focused on the internal world than the Weaver tarot is. Are the Empyrean Tarot and Oracle connected? They are connected through imagery and style, but the content varies quite a bit. They work very well together, though, as the Oracle is more broad perspective, while the Tarot is more specific, like all tarot decks. What type of questions should I ask this deck? Does it differ than what I would ask a standard deck? You can ask any question. It differs in its creative expression, but it is expansive. It is useful in any inquiry. Awesome. Okay, so through the guidebook here on the left, you'll find one of the flips from the card, including art notes and keywords. On the back pages, you'll find fictitious journal entries. Each suit within the minor arcana features a different voice and journey, as does the major arcana. These are meant to be read individually. Oh, that's cool. On the main pages, you'll find the upright and reverse meaning of the cards. Okay, very cool. So now we have the spreads. We have the deck interview. That's fun. Meeting the realms within you, an exercise. Unbinding. Exploring the shadow. And then it goes into... Oh, wow. Okay, I'm so excited. Awesome. Okay, so let's get into the cards. Now, as you'll see, these are kind of like those toys we used to get as a kid. If you were familiar with the 90s, you'll see that there's 2 different images in the cards. Hopefully the video is picking it up. So with that being said, if you can see the texture on here, we're not going to shuffle this the normal way that we tend to shuffle. What we're going to just focus on is the artwork, and then at the end I'll show you how we're going to shuffle this to make it work. All right, so here's the back, holographic there with the Infinity Ouroboros. That's really cool. Okay. So I'm going to be doing a lot of shifting through this so that you can see both pictures on each card here. So this is the Fool. the Magi, High Sage, what a cool concept, the Pillar. So some of the titles have been changed, the different names. The Anchor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, Chariot. That's really cool. Strength, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged One, there we go, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. Oh, that's cool. It looks like it's spinning. Judgment, the World, all right, Ace of Wands here, Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four, super ethereal, feels very much like a fantasy. Five of Wands. I have never had a deck quite like this. Six. On video, it looks completely different, like the vibe. In your hand, it is just phenomenal. Seven of Wands. Eight. Nine. 10. Seeker of Wands, so a page. Conqueror or a knight. Sovereign of Wands, Queen. And Ruler of Wands, King. So I like the gender neutral terms there. That's very cool. Ace of Cups. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this is so fun, 9, 10, 'Seeker, 'Conqueror, 'Sovereign, and 'Ruler. Ace of Swords, but Ace of Daggers. 2. Love that one. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 'Seeker, Conqueror. It's like magic. Sovereign, and Ruler. All right, and then we got Ace of Globes here, or Pentacles. 2, 3, 4, oh, love him. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 'Seeker, Conqueror, Sovereign, and Ruler. All right, so obviously we're not going to bend these, because if we bend it, the lenticular will crack and be destroyed, and you can ruin the effect, right? So we're just going to overhand shuffle them, and even that might be a little much, but I think the preferred way of doing it is like spreading them all out, right? And kind of just picking picking one intuitively, picking your cards that way. But we're going to shuffle it this way. Okay, yeah, this isn't bad at all. Very sleek. We're going to read for the Seeker of Cups, but I'm not mad at it. It's a lot to get used to. It's different feeling than any other kind of deck. The cards are like an oracle size, so they're a little bit thicker. So, you know, depending on your hand size, it might be a little awkward at first, but I'm not mad at it. So it is a little, it takes getting used to the feel of it, but you can totally overhand shuffle. It's just not meant to be bent. It's not meant to be bridged. It's not meant to have that much stress put on the cards. But this way, it's totally fine. I'm shuffling it and I'm not seeing any issues. It still slides and glides across each card really nice. So it's just getting used to it and maybe learning how to shuffle that way if you haven't done so. But absolutely, it feels like a very special deck. To me, I think it's going to be more of like a ritual deck or like more for like just a personal deck for me. But we're going to read for the Seeker of Cups or the Page of Cups here. All right, so here we go. Upright keywords: dreamer, inner child, innocence, awakening, and curiosity. And then we have reversed: immaturity, vulnerability, escapism, delusion, and new ideas. The art. With the Seeker of Cups, we have a new beginning. It tends to indicate being more in the conscious mind than the emotions and subconscious, so we see a single cup upright on the sand. There is only a small amount of water present, which is lapping at the shore and in the cup. This points towards starting a new chapter where we haven't reached the depths yet, but are eager to, like the betta fish in the cup. So then for love, we've got some keywords. So upright: sentimentality, new perspective, wonderment, and reversed for love: unrequited love, emotional immaturity. For career, upright, we have creative outlet, learning, and daydream. Reversed: insecurity and creative block. And then for resource, if your question is involving any of these, this is where you would go. So resource would be upright: unrealistic goals, lacking execution, minimal effort. And reverse: wastefulness, avoiding decision. Now that I'm finally feeling settled in this new apartment and with my new job, I feel a much deeper shift happening inside me. Like I feel the need to be alone and to slow down. And I'm really feeling more of a call to deepen my spiritual practice. I'm realizing how much I neglected this part of me the last few years of being with Dylan, but since we broke up, I have the need to reconnect to this part of myself. While I feel so much better in my everyday, I wouldn't say I feel completely fulfilled. There's still this void that I know can't be filled with anything quote unquote out there. So I'm going to work on creating more time for myself and my practice. So that's the journal. And then here we go with longer explanations. So this is really great. So if you're a beginner, it might be a little challenging with the imagery at first, but when you go through all of this in the book, it makes so much more sense and it will click. So upright, the Seeker of Cups brings new beginnings within the realms of emotions, intuition, creation, and the unseen. For this reason, it can often crop up at the beginning of someone's spiritual journey or awakening, or it may find us later in the journey when we are uncovering a new layer of our work. This card really invites us to explore ourselves in a new way and reclaim the parts of ourselves that have been hidden away. A lovely aspect of this card is that it can be a gentle nudge of, let's get you back to yourself. When this card shows up, we may be living our lives in a rigid way, doing what we need to do, but ignoring our depths. There may be parts of ourselves that are wanting to stand up and stretch. There may be journeys we want to take, and there may be feelings that want to be witnessed. This card brings the message of exploring those waters in a more meaningful way. Try to get as creative as you can. Oftentimes, when we are having Seeker of a Cup moment, we are experiencing more activity in the watery subconscious areas of our life. Our dreams may be on another level. We may be feeling more intensely with more triggers but not know why. We may want to get creative all of a sudden. This is the perfect time to indulge in that. At other times, we are very aware of what's coming up for us and there is no choice but to hold it. It can sometimes signal the surfacing of feelings that cannot be stopped. A door has been opened and things must be processed. We are being forced to meet ourselves in a new way. This card is really asking for you to embrace these watery subconscious pieces of yourself and explore them. This is where we make progress. And then we have the reverse meaning. When the Seeker of Cups reverse crops up, it can indicate a pattern of resistance. At the core, we are just resisting ourselves. The subconscious is not a comfortable place to be for everyone. We tend to favor what we know. We tell ourselves the stories we used to hear, and we look for things that affirm our views. There is a fear of looking behind the curtain because what if there's something wrong with me? What if I begin spilling out of myself and can't control anything? What if my life changes? What if I find something I don't want to? It really is Pandora's box, and if you don't love discovering yourself, it can be quite intimidating and scary. I think an important layer of this card is the Western culture's push for purpose. Everything must have a purpose. It must go somewhere and it must be productive. So for many people, there is resistance to meeting themselves because what's the point? How will it pay dividends? The subconscious mind can't really be quantified, and there is such a level of uncertainty with it. It's impossible to predict how someone's journey may go when they start getting in those trenches. Why risk their comfortable, stable life to express their long repressed creativity? Why make art if it can't be sold? Why go to therapy unless it's for a very specific thing? If you find yourself feeling this resistant, it is ideal to start super small. Engage in hands-on things that you don't have a ton of resistance toward. Maybe that's cleaning out a closet or scrapbooking. Maybe reflecting on things you loved to do when you were younger and see if any of those feel accessible to you right now. Okay. Beautiful. I love how much info you get. Oh, and then in the beginning of the sections, you have the cups and the suits and what it pertains to. So we have the element of water. Astrology would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We follow a journey of heartbreak, loss, and discovery through fictitious journal entries to understand the card in a real way, which is awesome. So if you're somebody who needs to like experience the feelings of what the cards feel like, or need more of an emotional, like fictitious story to kind of bridge the gap, fantastic. So then we have keywords for this suit: emotion, intuition, subconscious, spirituality, healing, relationships, and imagination. Fantastic. I am sold on the guidebook, and the art is beautiful. The cards are really cool and different. If you're somebody who's looking for more of a unique deck that is literally out of this world, I highly suggest checking this out. I know it is expensive, but again, the quality and the time that is put into this, like I said, it is not something that is published by a mass producer. So you are supporting an independent company and independent artists, right? Every deck that I have reviewed of the Threads of Fate company has been wonderful, has been so fun and different, and I just really like that unique perspective. So highly recommend checking it out. I mean, it's so cool. I've never seen a deck like this before. So I'm sure producing this and manufacturing it is a pretty penny as well. So again, the costs reflect the product. So I would love to know what you guys think about this deck. Is this something that you're excited about? Have you seen something similar? Like, I'm flabbergasted. I would love to know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much to Threads of Fate for sending this my way. I'm so excited to get to know it a lot more and read through the guidebook here. Is beefy. So excited. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you'll never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.